Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon. Happy Monday to you guys. So today, this is your weekly forecast. We're going to be going into a variety of different topics. So just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. Everything I'll be using will be listed down below. So I'll also put a timestamp down below when the reading actually starts because I had a couple of things that I wanted to go into first. So the first thing is Mr. Moon and I want to do kind of like a little podcast session. And I wanted you guys to be able to put your questions or anything that you have for us as a couple, or just from the, masculine or feminine's point of view with things, or just really anything. Go ahead and put your questions in the, what the heck is that section called? In the comment section down below. And it'll at least kind of get us started with some material that we can present to you guys in that podcast. So this is something that hopefully we'll be able to do this month. So I will just wait for your guys' suggestions. I'll probably post another like community style post just to kind of get some things that you guys may want to know so we can do the podcast. So I thought that would be kind of fun. I've never brought Mr. Moon or anything on my platform ever. So it'll be kind of fun to do that. Anyways, the second thing is I just wanted to say I had such a great weekend. I know that I had posted yesterday what Mr. Moon and I had actually done. We love to get in our Jeep and we love to just drive around all over in Arizona. There's so many things, you guys, that we haven't even done before. And it's a little overwhelming when we start searching of all these things that we want to do. We want to go to the Grand Canyon. Can you believe it? I mean, he went when he was younger, but I've never even gone. I'm like, how the hell can you live in Arizona and you've never been to the freaking Grand Canyon? Yes, this is me. So we were talking about, they have like this little train and you take this train down and they have like this really cute little Western shootout show thing on the train on the way there. So we're thinking about maybe doing that one time. And then there's just like all these other different caves and just things. So this weekend we went to this abandoned copper mine and, the opening there, I did post that as a quick little, what was it? I can't think of the words I want to use today. What is that called? It's not a story because this is not Instagram. It's a, what is that called? You know what I'm talking about? Short. Thank you. It's a YouTube short. I posted a YouTube short yesterday. So some of you guys saw that. And if you guys follow me on my other platforms, I did post it there too. But just us going in, right? And of course, Mr. Moon's like, yes, let's go through the bars. And I'm just like, I just don't feel good about this. Not only did I not feel good energetically because it just looked really scary and I love scary things, but I'm sorry, just something about it was like, hell no. But you can clearly see after the bars, there's like a freaking hole. And I'm like, I really don't want to risk our lives just to see what the hell's at the other end of that tunnel. It's probably not a good idea. So thank God Mr. Moon listened and he didn't move forward through those bars or else we might be dead. Anyways, it just started reminding me of that movie called The Descent. And I'm like, the girls went into the cave and like they all died. Well, actually, I won't ruin part 2, but they eventually all die. But it's a very creepy ass movie. And if you guys love horror, I definitely recommend watching that movie because it is creepy as hell. So yeah, I just started feeling those vibes and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I could live the rest of my life and move on and just know that like me not doing this particular thing, like I'll be okay. I feel like I've lived a pretty full life without doing this. So yeah, we just decided no. Oh, wow. But there's these other like caves down in Tucson that we want to go check out. And so, I mean, nothing is close, of course. I mean, just even this particular trip, it was about 2 hours. There's nothing really close to where we live. I mean, when you live, central, everything is like 2-3 hours, like Sedona is like 3 hours away. It's still great. You can go up there during the day, but if you want to go up there and you want to relax and all that other stuff, it's hard to just try to rush it. I like to take my time. So one of the reasons I don't do cruises either, because, I can't stand being on somebody else's schedule. I got to have major freedom. Maybe it's the Sag in me. I don't know. I just need to have major freedom to do whatever I want, however long I want. I actually despise structure, but that's not true. I have a Virgo moon, so I do crave structure, but when it comes to like my own free will and the stuff I want to do, especially the adventurous Sagittarius in me, I cannot have any constraints on me when I'm exploring, when I'm out in nature, like just no. But those bars, yes, I agree. They were there for a reason on the mind. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not a rebel when it comes to needing to go past those bars and do something stupid. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know. I think I've had a little too much coffee this morning. And then moving forward, so my daughter Kayla and I right now, we are working on a tarot card course. So a tarot card workshop where it's actually going to be like Zoom. I thought about this for a long time. I thought I wanted to do a set of videos, but I'm just like, maybe someday I'll do that for people that don't want to do the interactive course. But I'm just like, man, I really want to do an interactive course. I want to do something online where we can all come together as a community. I mean, obviously, just a certain amount. So that way it's not overwhelming, but I want to do tarot. I want to do oracle, how to combine the two, how to read different types of do different types of readings, like love readings, regular readings, career readings, and then maybe even use charms and just different types of divination. Then I'm just like, I feel like I'm ready for a freaking in-person workshop, Also, a lot of people reach out to me and ask me how to create their own decks, doing a workshop on how to do that. So there's all kinds of things. And I'm not the best at following through with things these days. The older I've gotten, the worse it's gotten. But, with my daughter by my side, we're really just kind of pushing through and getting everything outlined. So I'm really hoping to launch something, at least by maybe spring or summer. And that way there's an opportunity for us to hang out and do something. And I'll probably make like a special online like Facebook group, because you can make those exclusive, and it will be exclusively for people that, take the courses. So that way there's a community of people, of students, where the people that you meet in the class, you'll have an opportunity, to work with those people, do readings, with people, and to practice, your craft and things like that. So anyways, exciting things coming down the chain. I don't think that's the right thing to say, but whatever, there's some exciting things that are coming up, and I'm just really, really excited about it. Can you tell? Yeah. And then, so also too, one thing that I wanted to do is not on a reading, because it's not really a reading per se, but I'm kind of just picking up my phone and doing just a recording of my voice. So it's kind of like a podcast, sort of. And I wanted to talk about the freaking Tinder Swindler. Oh my gosh. So we just watched that and I was dying at the end. I just can't even believe it. So Dr. Romney, who I love, who does all the narcissistic stuff, her channel's like based on narcissism and everything. She just did a little tidbit on what she thought about the Tinder Swindler. So it did kind of inspire that in me, where I wanted to talk about the Tinder Swindler and just what I thought about it. And also just like some what's the word? Oh my God, please God help me. People, I guess, in my life or experiences that I've had that have been narcissistic. And so just kind of what that feels like when people get away with shit and they just kind of carry on like nothing ever happened, like this Tinder Swindler did. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it's just complete and total, like no justice at all. And it's a very frustrating, real thing that happens in life. So yeah, that's it. And I do want to talk about it, but not really in a reading. So we're just going to save that for just a little podcast type situation. So yeah, I think I've stuttered enough all over the place and maybe confused some of you. So maybe some of you guys just skipped straight to the reading. Good for you. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with some sage to burn away all of that energy that we just talked about, all that vibe. Let's go ahead and spruce up the vibe and call in our guides, call in our higher power to bring forth anything that we need to know. Yes, this sage is, I think somebody had suggested the sage is just too tightly bound. And so it's just not really burning when I put it, look at, I mean, I'm putting it on the flame, right? I'm putting it directly on the flame. It's just not really lighting up. So just give me a second, you guys. Yeah, when we were out in nature, I thought I saw some bushes that looked like sage. Didn't smell like it though. So I was like, it just looks like it. I don't know if it smells like it, but I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I've never picked wild sage before. I would just love to do that, but yeah, I just wasn't sure that was even sage. So I just left it alone. All right, cool. This like doesn't even light anymore. So I'm not really sure that this is even going to work out here. Do I need to take a blowtorch to you? I think I might. All right, well, this is going to have to do. Just this little bit of smoke. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and call in our guides, our angels, our higher power to bring forth anything that we need to know in regards to the upcoming energies this week. Even whenever you tap into this reading, this is really timeless. It's not, that's why I don't put exact dates, because you guys, whatever week you're in, this could be the week that you're feeling this vibration, you're feeling these messages, you're feeling this energy. All right, let's get into it. So the very first thing that we'll do, let's take a look at our money. Let's take a look at our career, our finances. So this deck here is called the Hustle deck by Fire Witch Tarot. Let's see what we need to know about our money, our hustle, our career, our finances, our goals, our dreams, our ambitions. Let's see what we need to know. Ooh, we have stop overspending, you guys. So we might feel like we want to spend a lot of money this week, and I can totally contest to that or attest to that, because I had this like feeling, which I normally get because it is an addiction. So it's an impulsive type of feeling that I get, kind of like when I want to gorge myself on chocolate chip cookies, But I was like, oh, I want to get some decks. I'm like, wait a second. Look, chick, you have like probably 200 plus decks right now. You do not need any more decks. Why the hell would you need to get another deck? You know what I mean? So for me, that was like, you really don't need to spend that money. You really could maybe put things away for a rainy day. Maybe save some of that money that you blow on decks, and you blow on a bunch of spiritual stuff that I swear to God, you guys, I have tons of things I've never even used. That's when you know you have a problem. So I feel like if some of you guys are feeling like you just want to spend money to spend money, or it's just, it's something to blow off some steam, make you feel better, then you kind of know that, yeah, maybe I'm doing this to kind of relieve something or relieve some sort of emptiness or something going on here. So we're being asked to kind of look at the way that we're spending money this week, because there could be a reason for that. It might be also too, we just need to start saving a little bit more and spending less. So let's go ahead and get some details from my Treasure Trove Tarot. Okay, Treasure Trove Tarot. And one thing that I didn't mention either is that my Treasure Trove Tarot here, it's got 3 E's in career. That is on purpose, okay? Because it represents the 3 E's in business. And the 3 E's in business, there are plenty of them, but it is a recipe for success. And so I just wanted to kind of intertwine that energy into this deck. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. It's something I didn't really, announce when I created this deck, but I thought I would go ahead and let you guys know now. It's definitely for success. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look and see what are the energies here in regards to our, finances. Let me grab that. It just flew on the floor. What do we got here? Ooh, we have the moon's energy. It totally makes sense to me because we are in Pisces season until the 20th of this month, right? So this is telling me here that it could be a little bit of a mystery. Things are unclear right now with maybe how our finances are going, or what's going on in the economy, or what's going on just in general. So it might be a little fearful. That might be one of the reasons why we might need to save a little, because we're kind of unclear. We're unsure about where things are headed, right? So there's spend less, save more. Yep, the Page of Pentacles. Look at this. This is all about being a planner, right? This is also maybe some of you guys wanting to save to take a class or a course or a workshop or something like that that will help to boost you in your career, boost you in your wisdom and your knowledge of the things that you want to do. It's a time to be a little bit more of a planner instead of a actual doer. Be more in that planning stage. So if there's not a lot going on, let's just say some of you guys are looking for a job. Okay, looking for a job. This is about you being a little bit more strategic with that. Maybe work on your communication skills, work on your resume, work on something during this phase where things are a little unclear and you're not sure. Okay, so I'm getting that as well. All right, last message. Ooh, the King of Cups. Love this. So the King of Cups loves what they do. Counselor, admirable actions, loving what you do. So some of you guys don't love what you do right now, or you haven't loved what you've done in the past. There is an opportunity for you to actually start planning to do something that you love to do, right? But maybe it will require you to save a little bit. You can see here, he's got this big cash behind him. He's got all that cash there in behind him. I can't talk today, behind him. And this means that he has saved a little, put some away, okay, put something away for a rainy day. And this has actually helped him to achieve his goals. That's been an action that's been admirable, and it's been a payoff in the end. So we are being asked to kind of be in this, between this Page of Pentacles and this King of Cups energy. We're being asked to kind of like, how do we get here? How do we get to love what we do? Well, it's going to take some practice. It's going to take some planning on your part. It's going to take also you to communicate what you need and what you want, not only to yourself, but to the universe as well as maybe other people. And if you need some extra training or whatever this is, some sort of certificate or degree, this is about you starting to make that decision to take those classes, to do what you can do to get to this stage. So it's like starting now. Maybe now's the perfect time to train. Now's the perfect time to take a course. Now's the perfect time to go back to school when things are kind of, unclear or maybe slow down for you. Maybe in this downtime, it's the perfect time to do something online, okay? But this is leading us towards what we want to do, what we love to do. So that is definitely the energy here. I love that. So let's kind of stop spending so much time, wasting our resources, and really going within and make some better choices, which will lead us to this guy right here, loving what we do. So whoever that's for, just take it. If it doesn't resonate, no worries. You don't have to take it. Let's see what's going on with our love lives, romance. What's the situation? Okay. We're going to go into my Arrows of Love Oracle. What is the energy for love, romance, connection? Okay, so we have on the mend. So some of you guys could be working on mending your heart. Maybe there's been an issue with someone. There's working on the relationship. But let's get some details here. This is the Arrows of Love Tarot. Something is on the mend. Ooh, Five of Cups. Five of Cups to me, you guys, is telling me that some of us might be in our feels, okay? That's what the Five of Cups is. We feel very sad. We feel very disappointed about something. But we're working on looking at the glass half full rather than half empty. Five of Cups can sometimes be someone who dwells on the past. So we are kind of looking towards the horizon instead of looking behind us. We're actually looking at what we do have in front of us. So we are taking care of ourselves. To me, this card says self. So instead of pitying ourselves or being stuck in that sad energy, we're actually working on healing ourselves, okay? So things are healing here. With a Four of Flames, Four of Wands energy, we have stability. So if your relationship is a solid one and there's a good foundation, I do feel like your relationship can be healed. If it's toxic and there's a lot of issues, I feel like we're being pushed to really work on ourselves, and time will tell whether or not this particular connection or situation is going to make it. It's really going to determine on the people in it. Are they going to work on themselves? Are they going to heal their issues? If you can, then maybe you guys can come back together. And if you can't, you'll notice that maybe there was something for you to learn in the whole situation. But focusing on what's already gone, or focusing on the past, or focusing on the issues and the problems isn't going to help. Focusing on the self is actually going to help. Yep, that's what I just said. So it's just being confirmed here. The 9 of Pentacles, that's 9 of Keys. This is all about showing up for yourself. Okay, loving yourself. How can we expect another person to love us if we can't love ourselves? And that goes for your person as well. You guys could be dealing with somebody who's very broken. Okay, they could have a lot of issues from their past that are still unresolved and unhealed. So until the two of you guys work on yourselves, it's going to be difficult for you to have this connection, a stable foundation, a stable, forward movement on this connection. Okay. And some of you guys are just completely, totally happy with the relationship that you have with yourself. You feel very stable. It may have taken you some pain and tears to get here, but that's where you're at now. And so you are healing is what Spirit wants you to know. Okay. So some of your relationships, you guys, with other people are healing, but it comes from focusing on the self and healing yourself. That's how things work. And like I said, if the relationship is stable and it's meant, this is something that will naturally work through. You'll find yourselves on the same page. And if you don't, it's kind of like whatever this is has taught you to love yourself. So either way, we're moving through pain. We're moving through toxicity. We're moving through issues. We're working on healing ourselves. Rather than just continuously putting a Band-Aid on something, we can't ignore the signs any longer. Something has pushed us to our core. Something has pushed us deeply within ourselves, deeply within our shadow, deeply within our pain, in order for us to stabilize ourselves. When we're not stable, when we're not emotionally stable with ourselves, everything in our life is going to fall apart. And that goes for another person in your life. If someone is completely chaotic in and out of your life, constantly causing disruption, that person is not at peace with themselves. So you've got to allow that person some time and space to get peaceful with themselves, to get that help that they need, to heal themselves. And if they can't, then the stability that you want so badly, we can't make it happen. All we can do is then provide our own stability. If this person wants to join us, great. And if they can't, then at least you've learned something here. You've learned that nobody can provide anything for you but yourself and your higher power. When we turn to another human being and we're looking for that person to make it all better, that is where things go haywire. So there is a lesson here in relying on the self. We can feel sorry for ourselves. We can feel like victims, or we can lean into this experience and heal what's broken within. And when we heal what's broken within, that's when things heal between us and other people. Okay. That's when people of the same frequency and vibration come together. People that want to ascend, people that want to get next level, people that want to be in a state of peace and happiness. That is who you'll start connecting to. And if it's not this person, they'll simply fall away. Okay. So that is what we have this week for love and relationships. So let's now just go ahead and get a spirit animal. What is the spirit animal that wants to come through this week? Spirit animal. Oh, we have the cats. I love it. It says it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish your over-dependency on others. You see? So the cat is very independent. The cat is self-reliant. Cat isn't really like a pack animal, doesn't really need other cats to survive. There's actually lots of cats that just are better off on their own, So I didn't really get, for some of you guys, that this really even has to be about another person. I mean, somebody could have really inspired you to snuggle closely to yourself. But now that you're there, you're feeling good. You're feeling stable. You don't necessarily need anything. You're doing good. This deck is called I'm not sure. I'll tell you in a minute. 7 of Earth, 7 of Pentacles energy. Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. That's it. And I love this investment. Make this investment in yourself. Like you're kind of looking at this tree. Okay. You're looking at this tree and you're thinking to yourself, what do I want to do next? What do I want to do? Maybe some of you guys are just like, I'm not exactly sure which way I want to go, but all I know is that I want to feel good. I want to feel solid. I want to feel stable. So guess what? This is where I'm going to invest. So you start investing in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, everything else flows. Everything else follows that energy. With the 9 of air, we have negativity, worry, and sleeplessness. To me, this makes a lot of sense, you guys, because we literally just got this. We got this vibration. This to me is that vibration. That's this, and this is this. See? So there's a little bit of a shadow and light energy around us. There's a little bit of this battle going on. Some of you guys are up at night, feeling very stressed, can't sleep, insomnia, you're worrying about something, could even be crying about something. And it might be when you wake up, it's like, okay, back to the drawing board. I got this. So it's kind of like we take a few steps ahead and then we take a couple steps back. Then we take 5 steps ahead and then maybe 2 back. And then maybe one day we just wake up and we've gotten a full night's sleep and we're feeling really good and we're feeling refreshed and we're ready to just now focus on what we can do. We're ready to focus on what we can control, and that's ourselves. We're not worrying about all that other crap. We're not worrying about other people. We're not letting the choices or the attitudes of other people control our lives. That's this energy when we're all caught up in somebody else, when we're all caught up in what other people are doing. When we abandon that energy because we realize it doesn't serve us, because it doesn't change a damn thing, we start investing with what's in front of us. We start looking forward. We're not crying about what is already gone or what we can't control. So that's what we're really being asked to do with this cat's energy. Your over dependency on worrying about somebody else, focusing on somebody else, making decisions with your life and your choices on account of someone else. We realize that's getting us nowhere. We realize that that is not empowering us. That's actually disempowering us. When you hand over your power or when you make your life decisions and choices based on another person, you are not in your power. You are not in your own energy because you're giving your energy and your time to another. And yes, when you're in a marriage like I'm in, there are parts of me where I do need to make an investment. That's the commitment that I've made. I'm talking about, so let's not get this construed, because I get some people that really want to challenge me in my comments. And it's just kind of like, you're totally taking out of context what I'm saying here. Okay? I'm not talking about partnerships where both people are investing in each other. That's a marriage. That's a commitment. I'm talking about a situation where somebody's not in your life. They don't want to be in your life. They're incapable of being in your life, but yet you've been waiting for them to get with the program and they're just not. So that's the kind of investment that you need to make. You need to make it in yourself. Making an investment in another person that's not making any investment in you, that's where it's completely lopsided. It takes 2, baby. It takes 2 to make something move forward, like something that you're both building together. It takes 2. You can't just carry the weight. I mean, you can, but this is what you end up with. 9 of Swords energy. So this overdependence, it's time to strike out on your own and relinquish this overdependency on this thing, whether it's worrying about something that you can't control or worrying about another person that you can't control. Either way, it's just telling you need to stop. Okay? It's time to get back to the tree. It's time to get back and focus on what you can control and what you can assess in your own life, which is what you want to create and what you want to do. You might need to relinquish this nightmare of a situation or this nightmare of a person, is what I'm seeing for some of you guys. Okay, so I know that's kind of hard, and I kind of like this because I chose the cat. I don't know why. I normally choose an organite, but I chose the cat today. That's it. So the spirit animal coming through is the cat, and we didn't even know it. I mean, now we know it. Now I know why. This cat is representing it's time for you to strike out on your own and relinquish overdependency on other people. Yes, you can do it. That's it. I love this. I just put 2 and 2 together right now. All right, what else do we need to know? What else do we need to know at this time? Let's take a look at our spiritual growth, okay? What's going on with our spiritual growth and ascension? This is my Earth and Sky Oracle. Where's our spiritual growth right now in our ascension? And how is Spirit working with us? Oh, we have the turtle. I love this. So we have full of wisdom, sheltered and protected, slow moving and mature, and a tough shell to crack. So we might kind of feel like things are progressing slowly. You know, like I said, we're taking 2 steps forward and then maybe 3 steps back, but then we take 5 steps forward and maybe 2 steps back. So it's kind of fluctuating is what I'm seeing with that. It's a fluctuation of lessons. It's a fluctuation of applying that wisdom. So this is called the Tao Oracle. Tao Oracle. Yeah. Oh, I love this holding together. This is kind of cool because we just got that very independent energy, but now we have all of these fish, and these fish, you can see they're going in all these different directions, but they're all coming together at one point as well. So this turtle is by himself, but these fish are actually in schools, right? So in my Depths of the Sea Oracle, the fish card, schools, it's like fish. It's soul contracts, our contracts with other people. So I'm getting that message as well. All these people that you cross paths with are for a reason. It is full of wisdom. These experiences are wisdom filled for you. You're going to learn something about that energy for sure. But it's like sometimes we have to participate with other people. Sometimes it's the choices that we make in those partnerships that lead to the next step. I love that. So we can be on our own, absolutely. And that's a beautiful, empowering thing. But also coming together with other people, there's also power in that as well. But there's a difference between staying in a situation too long, a situation that's disempowering, a situation that's abusive, a situation that's toxic, a situation where we're handing our power, our complete power over to another person. So there are differences between people that make us feel good and that uplift us and people that hurt us. But sometimes those situations do have wisdom, which is, let me use this situation to empower myself, to never make this type of choice again. Now I will be more discerning moving forward. Now I will recognize the red flags. Now I will, never put myself in that position ever again. So it's all wisdom. No matter how it goes, you're going to learn something from all the contacts, all the connections that you make with other people. Okay. This right here is called the Osho Zen Tarot. Yeah, and to me, the fish here, Pisces. And we just got that message earlier for Pisces season. I do feel like there's something major going on right now with the reflection, that moon's energy, the reflection on the people in your life and everything that's going on. So this is a period of time. This energy is very high with this Pisces energy where we're really reflecting on our emotions. We're really reflecting on the wisdom that we can gain maybe in this dark or down time. Oh, love this. The Ace of Wands, Source. Oof, Source. I have chills all over my body. Again, there is something about this area of our lives where we have been overly dependent on another person. It's almost like, and this may not resonate for everybody, but some of us we have put way too much dependence on things outside of ourselves. Money, people, fame, fortune, recognition, all those things. And maybe some of you guys have experienced the downside of that. Okay? Some of you guys may have experienced the downside of that. I know I have. I've gone through some major smackdowns, some major dark night of the soul moments, some major transformative just times for myself. Some of the darkest times I've ever had on this journey so far. But it's been life-changing. It's helped me to see things in a completely new way. And I wouldn't have gotten to this point had I not gone through that. Now I'm more connected to source than ever. I used to say I was connected. I felt maybe connected, but I wasn't really connected. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. It's a different connection now is what I'm trying to say. It's a different connection. I was placing a lot of my, just the energy and everything that was coming to me, I was placing that on a specific thing. And it wasn't source. It wasn't my higher power. It wasn't even really connected to me. It was this thing I was placing on an actual person, an actual thing in my life. But when I came full circle and came to this realization, what it did is it pushed me closer to source. It pushed me closer to my higher power, you know? So in effect, these soul contracts, these things that I had going on with other people, as painful as it was, it literally pushed me closer to source and has given me so much wisdom. And that tough shell, it's actually helped me to protect myself, but at the same time, it's about being soft too. So it's not about fully being the Queen of Swords. It's about being the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups at the same time. Hell, I can be all the queens if I want to, you know? So this source, this wisdom that you're going to get, it's going to come from going within and connecting with your creator. Some of it's going to be triggered from outside sources, such as the experiences that you have in the world and with other people. But at the end of the day, that real true wisdom is coming from within. It's coming from you connecting to source, to higher power energy. Wow. So that right there is what's happening spiritually. So let's go ahead and get some spirits that might be around us in the energetic field right now, because there are, energies. Some of them positive, some of them negative, just like some people are positive and other people's are negative. Let's see what's going on in our spiritual realm. What spirits are interacting or just in our energetic field at the moment. We have stranger. We got a stranger danger here. Caution, warning, and danger. Let's get two more. And we're going to clarify with some tarot. Oh my God. I am just love this. You have spirit of me. The light is coming in to protect you from this darkness. I just love it. Oh my God. I love it. Yes. Oh my. I love the way that combination came through. That's pretty amazing. Okay. So this is the deal. We do have some things that we do need to be cautious with. We have some warnings. We have some dangers around us. Okay. So there's energies from other people and energies perhaps from just beings and entities that we can't see. Okay. Well, we've got spirit of the angel. You have your guidance, your blessings, and your answered prayers. You also have protection. But we do have the spirit of the Grim Reaper. Something is trying to end here. We've got shadow and we have light. Something is coming for us for a reason. There is an ending here. There is a death here. So it is about leaning into some of that shadow, leaning into that dark night of the soul that I talked about, that I had to go through in order to pop out the other side. And it's not that everything is freaking perfect and hunky-dory now, but it just means that, I understand things. I get it now. Got it. I understand why this happened to me. I'm out of that pity party, because damn, I was in a pity party for a little while there. It was not good. So this energy, I feel, is spirit that is guiding us out of that darkness, okay? It's kind of like the lantern that is, like the hermits got that lantern. I'm getting Christ energy for some of you guys too. Some of you guys are connecting to Christ energy. This Christ energy, this Christ consciousness is helping you to move you out, okay? To transition you out of any kind of phase of your life or cycle that you were stuck in that was no longer serving you. This is happening to you for a reason. That's why the Grim Reaper's here. There's actually nothing for us to even fear, even though it's like, ooh, caution, warning, ooh, it's scary. But this is about you being afraid of your own shadow. That's what I'm seeing here. You being afraid of your own shadow. And there are reasons why there's ugliness in the world. It is here to remind us of things. It's here to remind us that, yes, things are dark. People are ugly. Bad things happen all the time. Even if you're a good person, it's not enough. It doesn't mean that you are 100% protected from anything happening to you. But it's about connecting to your higher power and having that faith and understanding that everything is actually happening exactly as it should, but also giving you that extra protection when you're in, energy fields or you're in situations. So your shadow self is going to come up. That ego part of you is going to come up and save your ass, okay? Because that's what it's for. It's that human instinct that says, oh, something's not right here, I'm out. It's kind of like when I was in the cave that other day, yesterday. I was in the cave. Something told me, don't go into that freaking cave. Don't go in there, because if you do, you could die. It's kind of like that. So it's just like in general, anything that you guys are getting a gut feeling about, anything that feels off to you, freaking listen, okay? Listen, because the light is trying to guide you, to protect you, to keep you from harm. But some of these shadows I am getting here, that even if things are rough, even if things just seem to be insurmountable, like, you know what? There's a shitty situation in front of me and there really is no way out. Guess what? There is, but it's by this lantern that's guiding you through this darkness. So you can't just pray it away. I'm getting here, it's not going to work that way. You can't just pray disease away. The disease is there, okay? Sometimes things have to run their course. Sometimes things happen that we don't like. But there is guidance through this darkness, you guys. There is. We just have to pay attention to that. That's why it's so important for us to connect on a daily basis. That's why it's so important for us to stay grounded in our source energy. Because when we're handing over our power to another person, or we're obsessed or crying over what other people are doing, we are not in our power. We are not in our power at all. So that's why Spirit is trying to guide us towards, and some things are ending for us. It is ending for us for a reason. So we have to accept certain things as well. But we're accepting it with the faith and understanding that Spirit does have our back regardless of the circumstances, regardless of the outcome. We are headed towards what is meant for us, and we need to have faith in that. So that's what's happening right now. So let's go ahead and get some tarot. This is the Modern Witches Tarot. That's it. Oh, yes. The world. To me, this is closure, the end of the road, the end of a cycle. A cycle wants to wrap up right now, you guys, and some of us are resisting it. But others of you are going through, kind of like some of you guys said, I would go in the tunnel. I swear, this analogy, and why I posted it yesterday, which I normally wouldn't post a video like that on my YouTube. I would normally save that for like TikTok and Instagram, but I wanted to just share it with you guys. And a lot of you guys were like, I would go. And some of you guys were like, hell no, I wouldn't go. I am getting that for some of you, you're meant to go into the tunnel, face your fears, push yourselves a little, but know that Spirit has your back and that you'll be okay. Okay? And then some of you guys in other situations, it's like it's a hard no. It's a hard no. And that's the guidance that you got, and you're done with the situation. We're all on different wavelengths, you guys. We're all in different speeds on this journey. So some of you guys, it's a hard no. You're done. This cycle is over. And some of you guys are still in this cycle of going through this dark night. But I'm telling you right now, this Grim Reaper reminds me of Archangel Azrael, which is the angel of death, which is there to help you transition and to help you heal from death. Okay? Anything that has ended in your life. And the world is connected to Saturn. And Saturn is hardships, lessons, karma. With the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is our past. The Six of Cups is anything in our past that needs to be healed, that needs to be resolved. Okay. Six of Cups can sometimes indicate very deep soul bonds that we have with other people. So these are going to be a little bit more hard. It's going to be a little harder for us to transition because we feel some past life energy. We feel some residual energy from the past. It's very difficult. We're very nostalgic. We don't want to let it go. It's a part of our childhood. There's a story, there's a narrative that we don't want to let go of, but Spirit is saying we must. We must let this go. Or we must go through this stage in order to pop out on the other side. But hanging on to the past and focusing on the past and staying in that rumination cycle where we can't let go of the past, or maybe we're even remembering the past better than it really was. Take my hand is what Spirit is saying. Take my hand. Whatever the situation is, so you can say, take my hand. Whatever the situation is, I'm going to pull you out on the other side. And you're going to understand when you get there what this all means, what this was all for. You're going to understand it. But you won't understand it as long as you're sitting here and you're in this cycle of suffering and staying stuck. Spirit is asking, take my hand. That's what it is. Take my hand through the darkness. I will lead you. Oh, my God. Oh, the Temperance. Yes. Healing. Healing. Tempering this energy back and forth. 1 foot on the earth, 1 foot in the water. Being balanced. This is also about divine timing. Divine timing, my friends, is huge. But it's about healing, tempering the energies. Okay? So temperance literally comes right after death. This is not a surprise to me that it's here. There's the death card. Here's the temperance. So do you see how this angel of death turns actually into this angel of light? So we got dark, light, dark, light. So there's a little bit of a roller coaster here, but we have to be willing to go on the ride, because where some of us might be at right now is that we're stuck. We're holding on to old things. We're holding on to toxic patterns. We're holding on to old stories, old narratives, old things that aren't really serving us any longer. It's time for us to let go. It's time for us to graduate. It's time for us to stop staying in that class because it's easy. Let's challenge ourselves and move forward instead. Let's do something different now. Okay? And I feel like some of you guys are here to be a light for other people. Maybe some of you are light worker, starseeds, however you guys resonate. But you're here to be channels. You're here to make the world a better place, to raise the vibration, but you can't really do that as long as you're stuck in this old pattern. So some of you guys are being asked and being called to level up and to take things to the next level on your spiritual journey and on your spiritual mission and purpose. So yeah, that's pretty deep, man. That's some pretty deep stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and close this reading up with some messages. What am I feeling here? Let's get some messages from Archangel Gabriel. Okay, just feeling that. A messenger angel, Archangel Gabriel. What does Archangel Gabriel want us to know? Close up this reading for the week. These messages. Oh, I love that vision board. That's beautiful. Vulnerability. And stay true to yourself. How beautiful. All right, so let's clarify this first message. It says, create a board with images and words that inspire you. Some of us are more visual. And the thing that's kind of cool, you guys, with today's technology is that it doesn't even have to be one of those boards that you cut out with magazines. Because to be quite honest, unless you're subscribed to magazines or you know somebody that has a freaking like hair salon or a doctor's office, there's not really a lot of magazines around. They're quite expensive too. I mean, I've been to Barnes and Noble and I'm like, oh, cool, because I'm kind of old school, so I like to look at things. You know, I like actual books that you can crack open instead of, you know, going on like doing the Kindle thing. But that's the thing. You guys can go on Pinterest, which is a really cool app, and create your own vision board digitally. It doesn't have to be an actual cutting out pictures and pasting them, you know. But Start putting something together that you can visualize. This is visualizing what you want. This is, to me, is also creative visualization. It doesn't actually have to be a board. It can be you're starting to visualize what you want once a day. Okay? This is an exercise. And what this will do is it will continuously put you into that vibration of what it is that you're trying to create. It'll inspire you to want to create more of that, to get into alignment with your goals and your mission and the things that you want to feel every single day. So it's kind of like, just high vibes. But it's not just about high vibes, because sometimes that can be misleading. We're not meant to just be just in perfect harmony with ourselves every single day. I mean, maybe that's what we're working towards and what we're ascending to, that new reality one day. But we are still very much here on this freaking planet. And as we're here on this planet, which is what Temperance is saying, is you got to kind of have one foot on the ground, one foot in reality, one foot on this planet, and one foot somewhere else. So it's kind of like being interdimensional, right? So I feel like it is about connecting more with the higher vibration of yourself, but also your shadow, and being grounded and being a part of reality. And this world is crucial too. So it's about finding that balance. But I feel like this main message here is that we need to start visualizing what we want. And by maybe an actual physical practice of going on the app and putting things together, or cutting things out and creating a board, something that you can see every day, something that you can tap into every day, will be very helpful for some of you guys to shift out of lower vibrational energies. And what I mean is that if we're feeling down, if we're feeling depressed, if we're feeling like we can't do it, these things are insurmountable, I'll never be able to accomplish that, start putting it into a vision, and you will see the energy shift for you. I promise. All right, this right here, I think I already used these cards. It's called the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. Oh, I'm loving this, and I'll tell you why. Because we have Death, 13, Temperance, 14, Devil, 15. You see that? That's pretty cool. So to me, this is telling me here, we are definitely breaking through a cycle. There's something major going on right now. Something majorly is happening. See how that angel is holding that bird in a cage? That cage is open, you guys. That bird can fly out anytime it wants to. But guess what? We have an over-dependency on something. It's either materialism, money, success, fortune, recognition, a person. It's just an illusion. None of it is really real. Okay? And it doesn't mean that, money isn't real, or that another person isn't real. But that feeling that you're getting, that feeling, that super crazy high, where we need more, okay? We're feeling crazy in love. We're feeling just, it's a different vibration. When you really truly love someone, that is not that vibration. It's not crazy. Oh my God, I'm gonna just, go nuts and crazy if I don't see this person again. That's not really love. Now, that could eventually, after time, that excitement and all that stuff slows down, and we really start to build a connection with somebody else, that may turn into love. But just handing all of your power over and just balancing your life based on what someone is doing or not doing for you, or how they're acting or how they're responding to you, that's a major dependency on that. So when we become dependent on money, same thing, or success, when it's gone, kind of like what I've just recently gone through, you're like, who the hell am I? I didn't realize I was so dependent on that. I was always walking around thinking that I didn't really have that big of an ego. Turns out I freaking did. But I had to go through it in order to kind of realize how dependent I was on that recognition, on my follower account, on the likes that I was getting, on the interaction of my material that I was getting. I didn't realize that I had so much dependency on that. So sometimes life shakes us up, because the next one's going to be the Tower. See how it's all going in line here? The next card's the Tower. Sometimes the tower needs to come to crash everything down in order for us to see things in a whole new way. That foundation that we thought we were building actually was faulty because it was based on an illusion. People and things outside of yourself do not create happiness. The happiness comes from within. The happiness comes from that source energy. So we're being asked in a way, you guys, to kind of recreate our lives, recreate our vision. With this newfound vision that we have, let's start to create a whole new reality for ourselves. Some of our old realities are coming crashing down. And when that happens, it feels like death. It really does. You start to question everything. You start to question whether or not this whole, because that's kind of where I was at. And I wasn't really sharing that too much with you guys when I was going through that because I didn't want to scare anybody. But I was starting to go through this whole thing like, what if like this whole spiritual thing, what if I got it wrong? What if my mom has it right? What if this whole religion thing, and this is all just, like, ooh, not good. Maybe that's what I need, like a Doreen Virtue thing. Okay. But then something happened where I started to balance out somewhere. Here we go. Started to balance out here. Where my foot was going way deep, man. Oh God, I was starting to drown. I was like, holy shit, I don't know what's right and what's wrong or what I'm doing here. So now that my foot is on the ground and I've got one foot in the water, things are feeling a lot more clear. I'm starting to understand things in a way that I've never understood before. I'm starting to realize that I can have a relationship with Christ and still be in this business and still be in this energy. And other people might be very judgmental and say, that's just an illusion. You're wrong. No worries. That's their reality. But where I'm at right now is that I am able to connect with my higher power and I'm able to connect with that Christ energy, which is very much a part of me, and still stay true to myself and still be very balanced and just understand things in a whole new level, in a whole new way. So I'm seeing things so much differently. So anyways, I always believe that spirit does use the reader and the things that they go through in order to help the audience kind of maybe identify with some of those things and see, okay? So now we have vulnerability. Listen to your vulnerable feelings as they contain wisdom and inspiration. Just said this. And then pray for strength to focus on your priorities no matter what. So this is the thing. So it does take somebody to, when you go through a dark night of the soul, it does create a major vulnerability. You feel very vulnerable. You feel very scared. You feel very shaky. You don't know what the heck is going on. But that kind of like cracking open of that, let's just say heart chakra, because see, that actually happened to me in 2017, which was where my original awakening took place. So this was a different form, a different type of awakening. To me, this is like the next level of my spiritual journey. A new awakening is taking place now. It's totally different than the last one. I feel like it happens in stages. Where we are at, maybe I was not ready to have what I have now. It was a stage. I had some ego, some things I had to break out of first. So my first awakening was designed to help me through that. But now that this is over, there's a new tower moment. Now I'm going into this different stage of my life where I'm being truer to myself, where I'm not as afraid as I once was to really truly be me. Because I had so many issues with how people were going to respond to me or how people were going to, view me or judge me. And I'm not saying like, ooh, I'm just perfect now and I understand everything and that I don't have any more fears. No, but it's just a different vibration. I can't explain it. When you can't explain something, that's when you know. That's when you know that something powerful is happening here. Okay. So this is saying that no matter what, be open to the experience. Be open to whatever it is that is taking place for you, because it is taking place for you for a reason. All right? If you've lost someone or you are losing something, it is happening for a reason, you guys. Be open to it. Try not to get stuck in that pity party. Okay? Try. You might have to go through it. You might have to wallow in the pits for a little while before you come out the other side. Again, stages, cycles. Sometimes it's just what we need to do. But at the end of the day, your heart's actually going to be a lot more open than it was before. But it's going to be open in a healthier way. It's going to be open in a more discerning way. You're going to be able to see things for what they really are. A lot of things that you guys liked before, or a lot of the concepts that really did it for you before, in a way, it's just not going to resonate with you any longer. It's not meant to. A lot of you guys, like I said, you're graduating to the next level of your ascension. You're breaking out of an old paradigm here. Okay? You're breaking out of an old paradigm. We have the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. I love this. See, she's got a lot of experience. And you know what? She could look at life and just kind of laugh and just say, ha, 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 because I do. I look at some of the things that I was thinking and saying and doing, and I just kind of have to laugh at myself. Because really, it was a brilliant plan all along. It was a brilliant plan to get me where I'm at right now. So I'm more experienced now. I understand, I can admit my faults. That's the thing. That's something about me too. Or if anybody wants to call me out, I'm ready. Let's go toe to toe, because I'm a person where if I've hurt you or if I've said something or done something, I'm ready to just expose it all and bring it, But not a lot of people can match that energy. Not a lot of people can admit their shit. Not a lot of people can go that deep. I look at myself, I identify with being what you would call an indigo adult. So if you guys know anything about that. As far as like the whole starseed thing, not really sure. I do feel that energy connected to me like an indigo starseed. I'm not exactly sure where I'm fitting. This is some kind of new energy that's opening up to me. New information that's coming to me where I'm kind of starting to identify with some of that stuff, but I don't feel like I'm educated enough or know enough about it to speak on it too much. But the indigo thing, I feel like I am an indigo adult. And so if you guys just have a very difficult time, or you always seem to be the catalyst, where a lot of people have just they're projecting a lot of stuff onto you, or you're a catalyst for their growth. And of course, vice versa. You may be an indigo, because that has seemed to be my entire life. And I always thought I was just so alone and I just so misunderstood. But I really identify with that, like I said, indigo energy. So look it up, you guys. Maybe that's something that I'm saying right now, because that's something about you. That's who you truly are. You're an indigo. You came here for a particular reason. And once you see things a certain way, you can't unsee it. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to be of the vibration of this world when you're feeling some other type of vibration. And you can still be tripped up by it, yes. But once you see the truth, it's hard to unsee it. It makes it very, very difficult. You just see things differently. You just, it's difficult to actually live amongst, things and people that are of this vibration. And it's not that you're so much better. It's not a judgmental thing, but you can't unsee what you've seen. And it makes it very challenging. So it's a challenging path. It certainly is. But you're here perhaps to help people to shake them out of that paradigm. And we have the King of Air. Wow. Look, we have the Queen and the King of the same exact suit. Some of you guys might be a power couple with someone else. Some of you guys might be meant to teach alongside another person. Or you have this feminine and masculine energy within yourself. And that feminine and masculine energy are very nice and balanced. They work together. They work together in your life to break old paradigms, to maybe teach and educate and to speak, because the Queen and the King of Swords have something to say. They're an expert in their field. They have something to communicate. They have something to teach other people. They're here to help people to be strong, to be very discerning, to be sovereign. That's what I'm getting here. There's sovereignty here. Sovereignty beings. That's who you are. That's who how that I am also getting too, that's who you're going to attract. So if some of you guys are looking for a person, looking for a mate to share your life with, I feel like this is also a part of your path. Stay true to yourself. Don't compromise or water down your ideas. Listen to, trust, and follow your own inner voice. So your own inner voice here, the inner voice of the Queen of Air, she understands, she knows, she's in her truth. She stays true to herself. If one queen doesn't compromise, it's the Queen of Swords. She is definitely true to herself. Okay? And if some of you guys wish to attract someone of that same vibration, I do feel like this may be a part of your destined path. Your destined path is to, come together with a counterpart in order to experience a life and to maybe teach alongside with this person. But you stay true to yourself. You're in this vibration. You'll attract that same vibration and another person. But there needs to be this letting go of an old idea or old way of thinking or old way of being or life that takes place first. So I feel like some of you guys are coming into your own. And when you come into your own, it's almost like you attract a person, if that's what you guys want, to yourselves because you have stayed true to you. Wow. So anyways, I know that was kind of all over the place. I had a lot of my energy all tied up in there or whatever, but hey, this is what Spirit has for you guys today. Take it or leave it. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you have an incredible week, and I'm not sure what I'm going to bring to the channel this week. I'm kind of feeling Witchy Wednesday. I haven't done that in a long time, but it just kind of depends on what I'm feeling on. That's more what I'm doing. Instead of doing like a tight schedule with stuff, I do like the weekly tarot reading because I feel like this kind of helps some of you guys just kind of connect on a once a week basis on how things might be. But I'm kind of feeling more just to do what I'm guided to do. And I used to do that a long time ago. And I felt I had a good time with that. I think it's when I started getting to this, I have to do this. I have to post every day. I have to do this. I'm not trying. It's just, I am breaking out of that pattern, and it feels better to me. It feels better to me to just go at my own pace and kind of do what I want to do and do what I feel guided to do. And that's kind of what I'm getting back to. So I hope that some of this information helps some of you guys out there today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your guys' love and support. You guys that just take the time to reach out to me and also say just the nicest things, and then even encourage other people to like these comments and subscribe and all that other stuff. I just appreciate that so much. I did have somebody reach out to me to say that they had become unsubscribed to my channel. They didn't unsubscribe. YouTube unsubscribed them. And so I looked into it and I'm like, you know what? They're right. If you either don't interact with the channel or, whatever, I don't know exactly know what the reasons are. YouTube will just automatically just unsubscribe people. So I'm like, this is interesting. And I think this started happening in like 2020, because that's when I noticed the halt in my growth of my channel was in 2020. I just could never grow. And that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm just stuck. And again, instead of trying to fight it and trying to figure out how I can change the algorithms or what I can bring that's going to make everybody happy and all this other stuff, you know what I'm doing? I'm just going to stay true to myself, and the rest will just fall into place. So if I'm never meant to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube like I always envisioned that I wanted, then so be it. It is what it is. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.